Joshua News.
Welcome to Joshua News. Today we are going to be talking about how the coronavirus can infect and reproduce inside of our body. The virus can spread from person to person through close contact with an infectious person, contact with droplets from an infected person's cough or sneeze, touching objects or surfaces, like doorknobs or tables, that have droplets from an infected person, and then touching your mouth or face. After the break we will be talking about coronavirus drastic growth in the amount of infected people. I'm reporter Ping. We will see you after the break.
We all need excuses to get outside, and why not over a long weekend? It's perfect time. You've got to get all these little jobs that have been adding up, you've got to get them done.
A Zito Circular Saw $64.98, Karcher Water Blaster $129, Garden Shed $193, 4-burner barbecue $4.97, camping chair $8.91. And if you happen to find a cheaper price on the same stocked item, we'll beat it by 15%.
You'll save on all your DIY projects at Bunnings.
Lowest prices are just the beginning.
Hello and welcome to the news. I am your reporter and host, Joshua Cavallo. Sadly, Pingu wasn't able to join us anymore because he has now died in a car crash, even though he was there 2 seconds ago. Now, I'm going to be talking about how we've drastically increased in the amount of cases and infectious people. So, as you can see, I'll probably pull up a graph right now. The total amount of cases in the whole world is 4,254,778 cases. There are 287,293 deaths and 1,527,109 recovered people. So right now, as you can see, the total cases in the linear scale and the total deaths in the linear scale, it started from around Jan 22nd with 580 cases, and then slowly would increase by quite a lot actually. And by the time you're at March 12th, that's when it starts getting to the 100,000, or actually March 6th. And that's when it starts really going up. And it's reached its peak at 4,252,000. And that's at May 12th right now. Same with the deaths, but it actually started around March 17th. Straight away, big increase, hundreds of thousands jumped up. And so as we can see, USA is topping the charts in the amount of deaths. And overall, USA was not actually ready for this at all, especially with Chinese New Year and a lot of people traveling around. Even Spain comes after that, but every other country will be will be around 1,100,000 less total cases than USA, which is a lot. So I don't think USA is doing too well. But apparently there's been some talk about China saying that they've only got, say, 80,000, which is right now, 80,000 cases, but they're not actually reporting any, which is not good. as you can see, Saint Pierre Miquelon, I think it is, yep, has only one total case and has got one total recovered person, 0 active cases, and 173 TOT cases / 1 million pop-up. So they're doing pretty well, but that's because it's more of an area where not a lot of people have traveled out to, and it's more of a contained space. So it did jump up to 1 case. So the linear scale looks different for them because they've only ever had 1 case and 0 deaths, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so they're doing pretty well. Even Papua New Guinea, which is around Australia, not a lot of people were travelling there, so they're also doing quite well. So I'll put the graph up on the screen for a little bit, even Fiji too, and you guys could look at that. And next up on our break, we have, well actually it's not a break, it's going to be reporting news. This is a new show out called Boy the Builder, as we see a picture over here. Boy the Builder, a new kids show, well also for adults too, and it should be released May 20th, so everybody be ready for that. That could be a new quarantine hit. And yeah, we'll get to the next question, which one of the other questions that we're going to be having from the coronavirus is, what are its symptoms? So some of the main symptoms would consist of coughing, which is one that everyone knows, and shortness of breath. And a lot of people, like, usually when you have the shortness of breath and coughing, you kind of just know, like you have also fever too, and dry cough, so dry cough, and tiredness too, yeah. So those are the most common ones. So fever, dry cough, and tiredness are the most common. And then the less common symptoms would be aches and pains, sore throat, diarrhea, conjunctivitis. So if you don't know what conjunctivitis is, it's like where your eye gets all like messed up and stuff. It gets all like red and puffy, and then yeah, it gets really weird. Headache, which, I mean, some people might self-diagnose themselves by because they'll be, oh, I have a headache, or I'm coughing and all that. But you just really have to just check up with your GP or whoever you need to check with. Loss of taste or smell, which I didn't know about. A rash on skin or discoloration of fingers or toes. So I actually didn't know that one of the two of them was there, but anyway. And then serious symptoms would be difficulty breathing and shortness of breath, as I said before. Chest pain or pressure. So yeah, that's also a pretty one. Loss of speech or movement. So those are some main ones. And on average, it takes 5 to 6 days from when someone is infected with the virus for symptoms to show. However, it can take up to 14 days. So it is pretty, like, it's a very tricky thing. So it tricks everyone. And yeah, so by the time you already find out the other person has it, you'll have it. Or you could have it. That's not a good thing. Yeah, so the next question is, who is most likely to be infected? So that would be it's not too much of a hard question. For me personally, like I say, it would be younger, like around infant, under the ages of 5. So around that, or even like a little bit higher, but especially people who have asthma or any other respiratory illness or anything like chest infections, and then also elderly people around like the age of 60 and above Some people will be healthy, but still, like, their immune system might be a little weaker than usual. But the virus, it just, once it gets onto one of the cells, it keeps on reproducing, and it's hard to take care of. And then, how can you protect yourself from this coronavirus? So, many ways to protect yourself. Like, the main one is washing your hands and putting sanitizer on. That's just one of the obvious ones. And just every time you go shops or go to the shops or go out, always wash your hands after, or even if you go out to like buy food, you always wash your hands or take sanitizer with you. Never touch your face, never touch your face at all, and never like eat the food. So because we can't do dine-in anymore, you wait till you get home, you wash your hands, then you can eat your Macca's or KFC or whatever you want to eat, because then you never know, there could be germs on there. But also I see many people, they think, oh, okay, we'll only wash our hands now because of coronavirus and all that. But it's actually a thing of, you need to wash your hands before that, so yeah. And also masks too. Hope you guys enjoyed this news report, and make sure to subscribe to the boy. I want to get some more subscribers. I don't have a lot. I've only got 20, man. Alright, later. Peace. Mr. Buck, give me an A+, please.
Drip and sip. Drip and sip. Pull up in the gold I'm leading. But them other man ain't feeding. I don't wanna go Bombay. Them I don't know what I do when I go from dealing. Leading the pack in black and I'm on with a bat. Snapping with a phone and dab. Boss up a man with a duster. Put him in a drip and sip blockbuster. Win, 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 that's the only MO. Ring, 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 I reply with NO. Call me Leno, had it hot. Switch up the ting as I hit bellow. Switch up the ting.